Hi there everybody and welcome along to the big quiz night in. It's another live Facebook pub quiz night. I hope you're all doing well and we're looking forward to seeing who's going to be joining us today for another pub quiz. Now, the rounds you can see we're going to be doing tonight are up there as usual. The last one in the list is a picture round. That picture round is going to be shared automatically over on the main Facebook page that you're watching this video on at the end of the show. So these first three rounds you see there will be on the live show you're watching right now. As usual at the start of the quiz, and thank you to those who have joined nice and early, I am going to be sharing the link out there now so that everybody else knows out there that the quiz is happening right now. And I hope you do the same as well. Give the video a like while you're here. As always, it always helps to show out all the comments, all the likes, really appreciated. So please do that for me whilst you're watching along and waiting for the show to start, which will be at about 8 o'clock as usual, which is about 10 minutes or so from now. So if you are watching a repeat of this, feel free to skip ahead until the first questions at 8 o'clock and then we'll make a start. If you got two notifications that I'd started already a few minutes ago, apologies for that. I was trying to adjust the camera and it suddenly decided to go live on its own, which was not appreciated. But this is it now. We are live. This is the one you want. So thank you all for tuning in. All right, let me just copy the link and get that out there for everybody so that lots of other people know that we're live if they don't get the notification for whatever reason. And you'll notice as well, there are two Patreon icons next to rounds we've got this evening, the first one and the last one, the first and the third one. That means that those rounds were chosen by Patreon members. If you'd like to be a Patreon, the link is in the description. And indeed, for everything you can have to follow and support me, it's all behind that Linktree link in the description of every video. So you can check that out and maybe you could have a quiz round on the show in the future. So yeah, I hope you feel free to check that out. Maddie says, yikes, panicked for a minute, got a message saying the link was broken or deleted. Yes. Yeah, sorry, I had to quickly delete it so people didn't get too confused when I followed it up with the real live video. So sorry for that. But thank you for being ready nice and early. That's much appreciated. Really do appreciate that. Welcome along to everybody. It's been another crazy week in the lockdown world, hasn't it? I hope you're all doing well, keeping safe. We've got some really fun rounds today. We're doing a sport round. I know not everybody likes sport rounds, but I do try and bring them in every now and then because some people do like sport rounds. But the main thing we want to talk about is the fact that we've got two Patreon rounds tonight. So we're going to do a 2020 year review. So that's general knowledge, and that's going to be 15 questions of things that happened throughout last year. And that was quite a year, so pretty tricky to narrow it down to 15 questions. But still, it's a pretty good round. I hope you enjoy it. And then we're doing the big one, the main event, the Retro Family Fortunes round, which is a lot of fun. And we had a laugh last night, my wife and I putting that together, laughing at all the old Family Fortunes videos you can find online. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I hope you're ready for that one. I have now shared the link everywhere that I wanted to, and I should be in the comments in just a moment. So, yes, and Ju says good evening everyone, and Vernie is here as well, so that's lovely. Last year, nothing happened. It was cancelled, Ju says. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Well, apparently some things did happen. I know we were locked inside for most of it, but yeah, there were some things going on, I'm afraid. Another thing I want to say, as always, and I'll remind people through the show, if you haven't got one yet, the Big Quiz Night in notebooks, still last few available. So £8 will get it delivered to your door if you are interested in that. They look like this, and we'll have a quick look at them a bit closer later on. Who else have we got watching along this evening? Do get in the comments. We'll start the first round in about 10 minutes' time. 8 o'clock is when the first round will begin, our 2020 year review. I'll also be saying thank you to some of my Patreon members. You get shout outs every month, or every show even, that I do on Facebook. Maddie says, love the story of the beard, by the way. Big beard fan myself, though I probably favour some of your early to mid-beard phases rather than the current ZZ Top-esque look. Yeah, I had to finish the video with the ZZ Top song at the end. I wanted to just do that ZZ Top song all the way through, and then I realised with all the pictures I took, it was going to be longer even than the extended version of that song. So I had to mix it up a bit. And thankfully, Jan, I don't know if he's watching right now, but my good friend Jan, he shared some songs on the show last week with me, and I really liked them, and 2 of them are in that video of my yeared journey. But believe it or not, I forgot to take pictures for, I don't know, maybe 100 days of the year. I tried to take one every day as the beard grew, but I totally forgot, or didn't get around to it a lot. So, but there's still over 200 pictures, that was. So I'm glad some of you enjoyed it. It's quite funny seeing some of the reactions. Owen says, hi Chris, hi all, Freddy's Ficcos are here. Welcome along. What goal from Ndombele in our last game, Owen, eh? Oh my days. That was something special. Yeah, happy about that. Fellow Spurs fans out there, I'm sure you are too. Incredible goal. Oh, here he is. Yes, Jan says, glad I could be of assistance anytime. Always happy to help. Yeah, it was good. Yeah, the 2 that I included, obviously, in the video, the first 2 songs were my favourites of them. The videos are very good as well. So, yeah, brilliant songs. Thank you for that. And it filled it out nicely. Now, who else have we got then? Oh, that's nice to see. Sometimes when I share these videos in certain other Facebook groups, it takes a while for the admins of the groups to approve them and post them, and sometimes it's not even until after the show's finished that the video is posted. But thankfully, they've been pretty quick to post it tonight, so I'm really grateful. If anybody from a Facebook group that I've shared this in is watching, thank you very much for that. I really appreciate it if you bring more live viewers to the show. So yes, 2020 year review will be the first round, sport will be round number 2, and then we've got the retro family fortunes round after that. I will tell you now, and I'll remind everybody that joins closer to the time, the retro family fortunes round features questions from the series that was airing in 1988. So yes, very interesting questions and answers there. It's going to be a lot of fun. Owen says, almost certainly ruined Sonny's goal of the month streak. Yeah, most definitely has. Apparently there's a documentary about Sonny as well on Amazon Prime now. I forget what it's called now, but it was all recorded when Poch was in charge. So if you haven't seen that yet, I haven't seen it yet either, but I need to check it out. Meant to be very good. Owen says amazing goal. Diva's here now. Hello everyone. She says, welcome along. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for retweeting me on my quiz Twitter page. That's much appreciated again. I don't have a massive following elsewhere on social media or anything like that, but it is nice when I get interaction on Twitter and Instagram. So I've shared a few things there recently. It's always nice to get noticed. Sometimes it's quite difficult to get things popular across social media, especially on the likes of Twitter. Even though you get a few retweets here and there, it's very difficult to get things really going. So every interaction is appreciated, because it all could bring more people to watch along and join our quiz community we've got going on here, couldn't it? So yes, 6 minutes to go now till 8 o'clock, and then we'll be making a start with our first round. James is here. Hi Chris, hi all, he says. Welcome along, mate. And we've got Owen as well, again saying we saw it yesterday. Sensational, that's it. Definitely worth a watch. Yes, I will check it out. Thanks for that, Owen. What's going on here? Roxanne, my old school friend Roxanne's watching, tagging some people in. I do hope you enjoy the quiz if you stick around. It's going to be a lot of fun as always. And if you like it, well, this is episode 58, so there's plenty more to go back on. If you're ever bored on an evening and want to watch a quiz, I've done 58 episodes as of today. So, and they're all very similar to this. Maybe don't go back to the first couple of episodes, because that was just me and a few mates, and that was it. Now it's all grown up and all blown up a bit more, and it's a bit more professional, I like to think. Although you've still got my beardy mug looking at you. So if you don't mind that, I hope you enjoy the quiz. Right, Tony says, Devices Uno is here, still armed with a magnifying glass. Still armed with a magnifying glass. Why am I forgetting what that's a reference to? Chris and Eric are here. Rainy Blackpool. Yes, we've had a bit of rain as well over this way. South Oxfordshire has been particularly rainy today, although apparently not as rainy as some other places. So I hope you're all doing all right. Tracy's here as well. Evening. Just the two of us are here. Andy's choice of couples this week. So we'll be playing as Samson and Delilah. Brilliant. I like it. Maddie says, Alison, the other half of G-Force is on her way. Excellent. Nicola's here. Good evening all. Let's Get Quizzical are almost here. Well, Let's Get Quizzical. It was your Patreon selection that has brought the Retro Family Fortunes round back. It's another 80s one. I found some brilliant 80s episodes, and I say brilliant, I mean cringeworthy, but it was so funny to watch and gather the information needed to put this quiz round together that's coming up later. Nicola, so yeah, welcome along to you and Martin when you are indeed together. Tony says, still no specs after IOP. Oh, of course. Yes, that was it. Thank you for reminding me there. Oh, I hope you're doing okay. Dave says, good evening from Dave and Teresa. Welcome along. Nicholas is feeling the pressure for that round. Yeah, I would. I think some of the questions will be okay in terms of it doesn't matter when you ask them, the answers are probably still going to be the same. But there are a few in there which are very age. I say a few that are relevant to the era that it was made. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what some of your guesses are if you don't get the correct answers. Did anybody see the picture I shared? I tried to share it as far and wide as I could. One of the prizes in those Family Fortunes episodes was a super remote control television, and it's it's like the size of 2 phones put together. It's like that big, and it comes with a super remote control. And I shared that out there with my avatar on it. So yeah, it was quite funny. I hope you guys appreciated that if you saw it. You're not going to win that tonight, as I said on the post, but it is from one of the shows that I got the answers from. Chris says, just spotted round 2. I'll get my coat ready. Well, you can listen in to my waffling on in between the questions. You don't have to take part in the questions themselves. You know, we don't always do a sport round. I must stress that. Sport is one of the most divisive subjects to do in a quiz. Any other subject is fine, but when you say sport, you either get people going, oh, okay, sport round, yeah, all right, or you get people going, oh, sport, and they probably turn off completely. So, yeah. Jan says, by the way, Chris, thanks for the game with the GIFs. That was awesome fun. Yes, or GIFs or GIFs, either or. Yeah, I thought that was good. I shared it. In case you missed it, scroll back through the posts I previously shared. It's basically a game of Uno where I post a GIF and then somebody else, you have to post a GIF underneath that's related in some way to the GIF that was posted before, and then you just keep on going and going and going and going and going, and it's got a few different responses. I thought it was get a bit of interaction with you all, and it was quite funny. Some of you don't know what a GIF is or how to post them, but at least you got involved. I'm not going to give any names or anything, but it was funny, and that can keep going. By all means, keep going back to it. I might post it again maybe in a month's time or so, and we'll start a new one off. But yeah, I thought that was fun. I'm glad you like it. Maddie says, no, sci-fi and comic book film stuff is far worse than sport. Well, it's all subjective. I mean, if I had the audience for it, I would love to do more of those subjects and less sport anyway. But sport's all right. It's a typical, or rather a classic pub quiz subject. So it's only fair that I bring it back every now and then. I was dead against it when I first started doing this. I even said I don't think I'd ever bring a sport round in unless somebody paid a lot of money for it or donated rather a lot of money to the charities I support. And of course it didn't really happen that way. But then I thought, no, it's all right. I think it's time I brought it in. When the lockdown continued and continued and continued, I thought I've got to keep mixing it up. So we did. But yeah, each to their own, eh? We have some fun. 1 minute to go. We're almost there. Thank you all for joining us. And as you can see, 2020 year review is round number 1. Sport is fab unless it is American football. Wow. I mean, yeah, there's always going to be a few questions along those lines because it's there's a lot of people this side of the pond that actually like a lot of that. I don't know them many. In fact, I know maybe 1 or 2. That's about it. But you know what you're basically saying is it's only easy if you know the answer. You know, and that's it, isn't it? If you don't know the answer, you might switch off a bit or just feel a bit left out. So I try not to let that happen too much. You know me, I try and balance these things out as best I can. Okay, it's 8 o'clock. The way the quiz works is very simple, and also hi to the donuts who have just arrived in a nick of time. So, for those of you who are new to the quiz, you just need to write down your answers, keep them to yourselves. You don't put any answers in the comments for this quiz. So you just keep them to yourselves. When we get to the end of a quiz round, you can let me know if you want any repeats of any questions. If you'd like a repeat of any questions, I can do that for you at the end of the round, and that'll give everybody a little bit more thinking time on some of the other questions. Once that's done, I'll reveal the answers. We'll go through them and have a laugh about the ones you got right and wrong, maybe, if you wanted to comment on that. And then you can tally up your own scores and submit them in the comments at that point. Tell me your team name if you've got one. If you haven't got a funny pub quiz team name, don't worry. But do submit your scores in the comments and I'll give you a shout out. If there's any people that are new watching along and you haven't got a team name yet, well, I'll be doing these. I do these quizzes typically every Tuesday, with the exception of the last Tuesday of the month, which is when we do a Patreon quiz night. So that's separate and private for them. So yeah, just keep the answer to yourself and have a chat in the comments with everybody if you want to about other stuff or what you think about these things if you wanted to, but don't give away the answers. Keep those to yourselves. Here we go with the first round then, our 2020 quiz of the year. So general knowledge on things that happened last year. Here's question number 1. Which 2 men held the post of Chancellor of the Exchequer through 2020? Which 2 men held the post of Chancellor of the Exchequer in 2020? 1 point for each. One of them we're probably all sick of the sight of now because there's so many different announcements they've had to do over that year and into this year. The other one may be a bit trickier to remember after everything we've gone through. But 2 points up for grabs there, 1 point for each. Who held, the 2 men that held the post of Chancellor of the Exchequer for 2020? That's question number 1. Remember, if I do fly through these too quickly or anything like that, just ask me to repeat them when we get to the end. Question number 2. Who raised over £32 million for the NHS by walking round his garden? Politics is as bad as sport. Fair play, Tony. Yep. Yes, so question 2. Who raised over £32 million for the NHS by walking round his garden? What an achievement that was. Incredible. £32 million. Name that person for another point. Question number 3 now. Question 3. Who tested his eyesight at Barnard Castle during lockdown? Who tested his eyesight at Barnard Castle during lockdown? What a great decision that was, eh? That went swimmingly well. No beers for me tonight, just on the water. Anybody else having a cheeky beverage for their pub quiz night? I'm sure I'll be back with one not tomorrow, next week for the quiz. If we do a Patreon quiz next week, then I'll be sure to get a beer or 2 in. Question number 4 now. Question 4. Which TV presenter received a national outpouring of support after revealing they were gay in February? Which TV presenter received a national outpouring of support after revealing they were gay in February? Hello from Team Bath, Switzerland. Oh, thank you for joining us. Jenny, welcome along. Roxanne says squash for me. Yeah, I don't mind that. We've always got that in the house because of the kids. So yeah, I don't drink tea or coffee. You might wonder why you never see me drinking tea or coffee on the show. I just don't drink it. Don't really like them. I've never liked them at all. There's no really about it. I just don't. Tried many different kinds. Nah, never for me. So mostly water, occasionally squash. Fair play. Jan says it's -7 degrees in Poland. I'm having a hot tea with lemon, ginger, and honey. Yeah, see. I don't mind, I said before, honey and lemon as drinks and with some ginger sometimes, but again, not the tea side of it. San Miguel for Owen. Oh, jealous. Okay, yeah, like a San Miguel. Tea and coffee are gross, Sarah says. Yeah, I've never found one that I like, so I don't bother anymore. All right, question 5 now. Question 5. Parasite won the 2020 Academy Awards in which 4 categories? 1 point for each. I just realised some of the questions, not many of them, but 1 or 2 of them, that one being one of them, were questions covered in the Patreon quiz at the end of December. So if you were on that, which some of you watching were, you might have an inkling as to some of these answers. But they're not the exact same questions, but the subjects in general you'll be more familiar with maybe. But yes, Sarah, tea and coffee. Yeah, gross. Gross. Yes. So, question 5 again. Parasite won the 2020 Academy Awards in which 4 categories? 1 point for each, so 4 points in total for that question. Think of 4 Academy Award categories that film could have won. Owen says, Linda says she's gross without coffee. Surely not. Honestly. Don't know, what else do I drink? I think that's hot chocolate. I like hot chocolate. I drink that plenty. That's my like go-to warm drink, I think. Yeah. Apart from that, a bit of the old alcohol, eh? Yes, I said frol deliberately. Question number 6 now. Question 6. Slightly more serious subject now. Question 6. George Floyd was tragically killed by police in which American city? George Floyd was tragically killed by police in which American city? Name the city, please, for 1 point. All right, question 7 now is for 2 more points. US President Donald Trump became the 3rd US president to be impeached. Who were the other 2? So in 2020, the US president at the time, Donald Trump, became the 3rd US president to be impeached. Who were the other 2? 1 point for each. I saw a brilliant meme of Trump going around recently when he was impeached again, and it said, it's got a picture of him saying, "I'm not orange, I'm peach." Underneath it. There's just silly things like that coming out now because of this. It's just, well, cracks me up. It's brilliant. I'm not orange, I'm peach. Yeah, all right. Question number 8 now for 2 more points. Question 8. The NHS named its temporary COVID hospitals in England and Scotland after which historical figures? That was an interesting decision, wasn't it? Not the naming of, the fact they existed in the first place. The NHS named its temporary COVID hospitals in England and Scotland after which historical figures? For 2 points, 1 point for each. So all very well having them, but we didn't have the staff to operate them, did we? No. Okay, question number 9 now. Question 9. Which popular catalogue was printed for the final time in July 2020? Which popular catalogue was printed for the final time in July 2020? I thought they cancelled this ages ago, but apparently July 2020 was the last one. I'm amazed it lasted as long as it did. We'll talk about why when the answers are revealed later. So Owen says Irish coffee surely is a compromise. Yeah, I mean, I've never had one because I don't like coffee, so why would I waste alcohol by putting it into something I don't like? I don't mind Irish cream in general. I very much enjoy a Baileys or the other alternatives that you could get from Aldi, which I think are actually nicer. Controversial opinion there. But I've never tried one, so I can't say if it would be a compromise or not. There we go. I'll give it a try, I suppose. One day. Question number 10. Which first was achieved by William Shakespeare in December 2020? Which first was achieved by William Shakespeare in December 2020? That's an interesting question. I mean, I hope you find most of them interesting, but that one's particularly made me go, oh, okay. Which first was achieved by William Shakespeare in December 2020? Owen says, I'm just thinking if you want a warm drink and alcohol at the same time. Yeah, I tell you what's better though. getting hot chocolate and putting some form of alcohol in that, because I already like hot chocolate, and then if you put a bit of alcohol in it of some description, like a Irish cream, that is good. Yeah, something along those lines. Yeah, I like your thinking, but yeah, hot chocolate with a shot of alcohol of some description in it does take it up a level, definitely. All right, your next question is number 11 now. Due to COVID-19, I'm a Celebrity moved from which country to which country? 1 point for each. Due to COVID-19, I'm a Celebrity moved from which country to which country? Question number 12 now, just for 1 point. Who famously said, "Will you shut up, man," in 2020? Who famously said, "Will you shut up, man," in 2020? Roxanne says, "Yippee, I'm guaranteed 2 points." Good work. Tracy says, "Many Santa lists have been compiled using that catalogue now. Now kids will have to make Amazon wish lists." Yeah. I was just thinking that the other day. We actually had, I don't know why I was given it, something was delivered the other day and it had a mini version of that kind of catalogue in it, but not the specific one from the answers. And I thought to myself, yeah, my kids are never going to have to make a Christmas list the same way that I did growing up. That's quite sad, actually. Interesting. Different world these days. Yeah, as I'm sure we will also discuss further in the third round of the evening. Trust me, we will. Question 13 now. Question 13. A statue of which slave trader was pushed into the Bristol Harbour? A statue of which slave trader was pushed into the Bristol Harbour? Okay, question 14 is for 2 points. Back on TV. Who were the same-sex couple to perform on the 2020 series of Strictly Come Dancing? Who were the same-sex couple to perform on Strictly Come Dancing last year? 1 point for each, so again, that's 2 points for that question. Question 15 is for 3 points. It's technically 3 questions rolled into one, but as all the answers are a month in the year, it's definitely worth a guess, even if you haven't got a clue, because we should all know the months of the year, right? So I won't give you multiple choice, because I think you know them. Right, so question 15 for 3 points. In which month did Matt Hancock first mention coronavirus to the House? In which month did Premier League footballers first take a knee? And in which month did Donald Trump catch COVID-19? 3 different months. Andy says he's so happy to finally remember the other Chancellor. Love it now. Okay. All right. Question 15 again for 3 points. In which month did Matt Hancock first mention coronavirus to the House? Did Premier League footballers first take a knee? And did Donald Trump catch COVID-19? 1 point for each. I will say to you, even if you get the right month, but for a different reason of the 3, you can still give yourselves the points, because in the pub I would just expect people to write down 3 months and I'd give them the points if I saw the right answers. So don't worry about tying up the month to each answer too much about and how you mark it. Just guess your 3 months that you think those happened in, and if you get them right in any order, you get 1 point for each, okay? It's not like I can police it, really, because you're at home, right? So, but that's what I'll say for that question. Now, does anybody want a question repeated from that round? I'm aware there's some new people watching and we may have gone through them a bit quicker than perhaps you were expecting. But that is the end of the round, 15 questions. Speaking of which, Diva's asked for 10, 13 and 14. So we'll start off with those. Keep them coming in now if you'd like to know more. Question 10. Which first was achieved by William Shakespeare in December 2020? Which first was achieved by William Shakespeare in December 2020? Yeah, Owen says 25% chance of getting it right. Exactly. Question 13 was a statue of which slave trader was pushed into the Bristol harbour? And question 14 was who were the same-sex couple to perform on Strictly Come Dancing? All right, and Jenny's asked for number 1. So question number 1 was which two men held the post of Chancellor of the Exchequer in 2020? So that's 1 point for each if you can guess them both. And question 7 for Sue and the donuts. Question 7 is US President Donald Trump became the 3rd US president to be impeached. Who were the other two? And again, 1 point for each there. That's that. So give you a chance to finish off those answers. Whilst that's going on, I'd like to remind you all that there is a nominated charity that I support here. You can obviously support me. The link is in the description of the videos, of every video for that. But the other thing you can do, if you or anyone you know has any laptops going and you when they want to get rid of them and move them on because perhaps they've got a newer device now, I'm going to share a link here in the comments for Secret Santa 365. They're Didcot based, but they cover Oxfordshire and a little bit further than that. They are looking for laptops. They've got people that can fix them up and can reformat them and can get them all ready and suitable to pass them on to kids who are struggling through this lockdown learning period that we're in, and they will pass those laptops on to them so they have a device so that they're able to carry on their learning as all the other children are trying to do. So they're still in need of them. They've had lots of donations, but that needs to keep going. So if you know anybody that's got any devices, I think they're even taking tablets. They're not taking printers because we had a kind offer of a printer, which I've had to find out about, and they said no, they can't take printers, but they can take laptops and tablets, I believe. So if you've got anything like that and you'd like to donate, the link's in the description. You can just donate money to them and it will all go towards the good causes that they fight throughout the year. But this is what they're currently working on, and it's laptops for learners. So that's that link. If you want to do that, that would be fantastic. And let them know Big Quiz Night In sent you their way. That would be appreciated too, so they know where things are coming from. Okay. With that said, let's go through the answers then, shall we, for the 2020 quiz of the year. Thank you for all the likes. Keep those coming in, please. It really does help the show out a lot. Question 1 was, which two men held the post of Chancellor of the Exchequer in 2020? It is, I always say his name wrong, or at least I think I do, Sajid Javid and Rishi Sunak for 2 points. Question 2. Who raised over £32 million for the NHS by walking around his garden? That was Captain Tom Moore. At the time, he was Captain Tom Moore, who was then promoted, of course, for his efforts, which he absolutely deserved. Question 3. Who tested his eyesight at Barnard Castle during lockdown? That was Dominic Cummings. I'm just going to move on because you know what I get like if you're a regular of this show. I'm just going to move on. Question 4. Which TV presenter received a national outpouring of support after revealing they were gay in February? That was Philip Schofield. Question 5. Parasite won the 2020 Academy Awards in which 4 categories? Right, 1 point for each. Parasite won Best Picture, Best Director, Best Screenplay, and Best Overseas Film. Question 6. George Floyd was tragically killed by police in which American city? It was Minneapolis. Question 7. US President Donald Trump became the 3rd US president to be impeached, but who were the other two? 1 point for each. They were Bill Clinton and Andrew Johnson. Question 8. The NHS named its temporary COVID hospitals in England and Scotland after which historical figures? Florence Nightingale and Louisa Jordan. Florence Nightingale and Louisa Jordan. Again, 1 point for each. Yeah. Owen and Diva. Just leave it. Move on. I know. God, don't get me on the soapbox. Shouldn't use this platform to talk about these things. Right, question number 9. Which popular catalogue was printed for the final time in July 2020? It was the Argos catalogue. They've stopped making the Argos catalogue now. It's all digital. No more catalogue. Which is actually, I think, quite annoying because those touch screens they've got in the stores now are rubbish. Rubbish. At least they were the last time I went to use them. Just do it all on your phone and just order it all that way. It's much easier. Oh, Maddie says she's lost all connection. Oh no. I hope the rest of you are all okay. It looks like the feed's going fine. Might just be your side, I'm afraid, Maddie. Let me know which ones you want the answers to, and when you are able to, and I can repeat some. Question 10. Which first was achieved by William Shakespeare in December 2020? He was the first man in the UK to receive a COVID vaccination. Of course he was. Same name. So there you go. Sarah says their connection's good. Okay, alright, I'll quickly run through 1 to 8 once I've gone through the remaining answers, and then we'll crack on with the next round. Right, so question number 11. I'm a Celebrity moved from Australia to Wales. 1 point for each. Question 12. Who famously said, "Will you shut up, man?" in 2020? It was Joe Biden. Wonder who he was talking to. Question 13. A statue of which slave trader was pushed into the Bristol Harbour? That was Edward Colson. Oh, it looks like your teammates got them. Alison says she's got them, so you're okay. Thank you for that. Owen says, anything Argos do, you can get from Amazon for less and often on the same day. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Much as I hate having to put money in Jeff Bezos' pocket every time you use Amazon, at the same time, it's just too damn convenient, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so Edward Colson was that one for number 13. Number 14 for 2 points. Who were the same-sex couple to perform on Strictly? That was Nicola Adams and Katya Jones. Nicola Adams and Katya Jones. And question 15, the 3 months I was looking for question 15. So Matt Hancock first mentioned coronavirus to the House in January. The Premier League footballers first took a knee in June, and Donald Trump caught COVID-19 in October. So as long as you put January, June, October, 1 point for each of those, okay? Doesn't matter which answers you assign them to. Okay, tally up your scores. Let's see how well you did. Please do, if you haven't got a team name, put your team name followed by your score in the comments and I'll give you all a shout out. And I want to say a big thank you to Andy, our first Patreon shout out of the day. Thank you to Andy because that was a round that you requested that we do. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'm glad that we were able to bring one to the quiz for you. Because we normally would do one at the pub quiz when we are at the pub, as you know. So yeah, there you go, Andy. Thanks for that. Dave says 15 for him and Teresa. By the way, Dave and Teresa, you don't have a team name yet. Just saying. It's another couple. You can't have just the two of us now, though. You can't have that because that's taken. So well done, though. 15 points. Let's see. Who else have we got? Blackpool Bar Stewards have got 18 points. Team Bath have got 19 points. Diva's got 19 points as well. The Donuts have scored 16. Let's Get Quizzical, 22 points. Owen says Freddy's Ficcos have got 21 points. Very good score again. Enjoying reliving the year, Andy says. I'm glad you liked it. Okay, G-Force got 21 points. Good score. Just the two of us, Samson and Delilah, have got scored a poor 14. Oh, that's okay. Great round. Well done to Chris and Andy. Yes, it was a great request, Andy. 21 for Team Pointless. Not so pointless for that one. That's a good score. I think that's joint second at the minute. Lucky 7 points for me. Jan over in Poland. Excellent. Good effort, mate. Well done. Hope you guys are doing well. Only me. Hashtag only me. 12. Whoop whoop. First ever quiz too. Yes. Love it. Thanks for joining, Roxy. Really, really appreciate that. 20 points for half a dozen. The Royal House of Black have got 18. Devices Uno 14. Not bad for someone that doesn't watch the news. Yeah, it's pretty good. 16 says Gabby was out by 1 month for each of question 15. Damn. Yeah, that's harsh. Never mind. Any more scores, do post them in the comments. We're going to move on to the sports round. Just a quick reminder though, if anybody's interested, we have Big Quiz Night in notebooks, £8, delivered with all the social stuff on the back there. I know it's backwards for some of you. That's just how Facebook works. Great for writing down your answers to the quiz you're watching now. So all you need to do is just ping me a message on Facebook, and then it's £8 via my PayPal link, and then I will get it sent out to you. Free delivery as long as it's in mainland UK. International will vary. Okay, cool. You also get one included if you join at the higher Patreon tiers as well. You don't have to pay any extra for that. So there you go. There's that too. Any news about merch? I will be onto that in a minute, Diva. Thank you for reminding me. I will let you know. Yes, merchandise, the store's still up and running. I'll see what I can find out though and let you know about delivery, because there were some problems with delivery with the merch store. They wanted to charge a lot extra because they had trouble with their regular couriers, which is annoying because I have people who would like to buy some of my Big Quiz merch with their logos on it and stuff like that. All right, let's move on with the sport round though. I'll update you on that as we go. So the sports round's another 15 questions, multiple points available for some of them, as with the last round, as usual for those who are used to this kind of thing. So here we go with question number 1. How many players take to the court in a single netball team? How many players take to the court in a single netball team? So not including any substitutes or anything like that. Just the team that goes onto the court. One team. How many players is there? Right, let's have a look on the store side of things. Interesting. Right. Question number 2 then. Question 2. What does the abbreviation WTA stand for to the likes of Johanna Konta? What does the abbreviation WTA stand for to the likes of Johanna Konta? Okay, Diva, and to anybody else that's interested in buying merch, it looks like the warning message about delivery costing extra because of all the problems they were having has now gone. So if you want to put in an order, it will tell you pretty quickly if there is a problem. But the warning that was there to begin with isn't there anymore, which suggests to me that maybe the problem's resolved and normal delivery fees have been resumed. So if you'd like to have a look at the merch store, please do so. And the link's in the description. Just click on the Linktree link and all my social links are there. Okay, question 2 was for 3 points. The 3 words WTA stand for 1 point for each. So even if you get one of those words wrong, you get the others right, you get points for those. Question 3. Which Premier League football clubs are nicknamed the Saints, the Baggies, and the Cottagers? Which Premier League football clubs are nicknamed the Saints, the Baggies, and the Cottagers? So another 3 points up for grabs there. What I will also say is, it looks like, again, back on the merch side of things, so the 27th of January, mark your diaries if you're into this kind of thing, 27th of January, there'll be free standard delivery anyway until the 30th of January on the merch store. So you might want to just hold fire to then, because as long as things are carrying on the way they are, it looks like it'll be free delivery at the end of the month. So 27th to the 30th. That's even better. You don't have to worry about it at all. Right, so question number 4 now. Question 4. Which country won the Women's Six Nations tournament in 2020? Which country won the Women's Six Nations tournament of 2020? Just realised no Abby tonight. Did I miss her? Hope she's okay, Tracy says. She's okay. Yeah, she's alright. You know, for kids it can be a bit of a emotional time, up and down, learning from home and all that going on. So sometimes she's not in the best of places and she just wants to go to bed. So yeah, today was one of those days. But she does send her love. Thanks for the reminder there though, Tracy. Yeah. And again, for those who don't know, my daughter normally comes on and does a question at the start to kick off the show at 8 o'clock. But yeah, she didn't do that today. But she'll be back when we come back again, I'm sure, a couple of weeks' time. Obviously, the Patreon quiz is next week, so the week after that, she'll be back. But thank you for asking. Question number 5 now for 3 points. Question 5. In which sports can you see a Fosbury flop, a Boston crab, and the pugilist specialist? In which sports could you see a Fosbury flop for 1 point, a Boston crab for 2, and the pugilist specialist for a 3rd point? 3 different sports, 1 point for each. Yes, I will say hi to her from you all. Thank you for that. Oh, Tracy says she's having one of those weeks too, bless her. Sending love. Thank you. Yeah. She's doing good work. She's doing good work, getting good comments and that, but, you know, it's just one of those things, a bit up and down, isn't it, for everybody? Yeah. Okay. Question number 6 now. Question 6. Uncle Drew is a 2018 movie that was based around which sport? Uncle Drew is a 2018 movie based around which sport? Owen's posted to say, Linda says remote learning is very emotional for teaching staff too. Yeah, it's really lovely when they get the videos through, because there's an app they're using called Class Dojo. I'm sure many other schools are using it, but we get to see videos from them, video messages from the teachers all the time, and they post messages as well, and it's really, really good. But yeah, I can imagine it's pretty tough on everybody. Absolutely. Yeah, very stressful time. But getting by. All right. Question number 7 now is for another 3 points. Which teams finished the 2020 Formula 1 season in 1st, 2nd and 3rd positions in the Constructors' Championship? Which teams finished the 2020 Formula 1 season in 1st, 2nd and 3rd positions in the Constructors' Championship? The Constructors' Championship. Okay, again, you don't have to say who was 1st, 2nd and 3rd. You just need to say who those 3 were. All right. Question number 8 then is for 2 more points. Question 8. What are the names of New York's 2 Major League Baseball sides? What are the names of New York's 2 Major League Baseball sides? Again, 1 point for each there. That's your question 8 for 2 points. The names of the 2 Major League Baseball sides from New York. Question number 9 now. Question 9. In which city can you watch cricket being played at Headingley? In which city could you watch cricket being played at Headingley? You're not going to watch it right now, obviously, but normally, under normal conditions, where would would you be watching them if you were at Headingley? Name the English city. Question number 10 is another 3-pointer. For question 10, put these athletes into the correct order with the most Olympic gold medals first. Usain Bolt, Ian Thorpe and Carl Lewis. So 3 points if you get them in the correct order. This time the order is important. Put the athletes into the correct order with the most Olympic gold medals first. Usain Bolt, Ian Thorpe and Carl Lewis. You don't have to say how many they've got. Just put them in the right order. Usain Bolt, Ian Thorpe and Carl Lewis. Question 11 is for 2 more points. Okay, question 11 now. Kookaburra make equipment that is used in which 2 sports? Obviously 1 point for each. Kookaburra make equipment that is used in which 2 sports? Always loads of points up for grabs in a sport round. The next question continues that theme. Question 12 is for 3 points. Which 3 male tennis players won the Grand Slam singles finals in 2020? Which 3 male tennis players won the Grand Slam singles finals in 2020? 1 point for each. All right, question number 13 is just for 1 point, and then the remaining 2 questions after that will be multiple pointers again. So question 13, which darts player was crowned the PDC World Champion in January 2021? Which darts player was crowned the PDC World Champion in January 2021? Okay, question 14. 3 more points here. Which were the the 3 least successful Formula One teams in 2020? Not last 3. Which were the 3 least successful Formula One teams of 2020? 1 point for each. That's a particularly tricky question, I think, because normally with the quizzes you always talk about who's winning, first, second and third kind of approach, but who were the 3 least successful teams of last year? And for those of you who don't like sport rounds, you'll be delighted to hear we've only got 1 more question left. And then we can move on to something a bit more fun for those who don't like the sport round. Right. Question number 15 then is for 4 points. The last question in the sports round. Question 15. Which 4 brand new sports are set to make their debuts at the Summer Olympic Games in Tokyo? They're not literally brand new sports. They're just brand new sports to the Olympics. Okay, so which sports are set to make their debuts at the Summer Olympic Games in Tokyo when it eventually happens? Tracy says, oh dear, sport round is going terribly as expected. Well, you never know. You might learn something from this round, and then you'll know for future reference if it ever comes up again. Maybe. So, any repeats of questions needed, do let me know. That's the end of the sport round. Let me know which questions you need repeated. A lot of multiple point questions there. So do your best with the answers. There's 34 points in total in that round. We don't normally care too much about these things, but just in case you were wondering, I can tell you there were 34 points to play for there. So let me know if you need any repeated. If not, we shall go through the answers in a moment. And then we'll move on to our retro Family Fortunes round. Whilst we wait to see if any repeats have come in, what else can we talk about, I wonder? Yeah, if anybody is interested in Patreon, I will mention this again because you do need to join by the end of this month if you'd like to be included with all the benefits you get for it in February. So it starts at £2 and goes up from there depending on how much of a reward you'd like every month from me. But as long as you join for at least that £2 fee, you can be involved in the Patreon quiz night, which is private, the last Tuesday of every month, where we do video conferencing style, and I do like a TV game show kind of approach to it as opposed to this style. So, oh, Maddie's lost connection again, 4 to 8. Okay, that's fine. I can repeat those for you. But yeah, again, link, as I said, is in the description of the video. If you'd like to know more, you can message me as well. No problem. It's all there. So, question 4. Which TV presenter received a national outpouring? Oh no, hang on. That was back in the previous round. My mistake. Question 4. In the sports round. Which country won the Women's Six Nations tournament in 2020? Which country won the Women's Six Nations tournament of 2020? That's number 4. Question number 5 was, in which sports could you see a Fosbury flop, a Boston crab, and the pugilist specialist? 1 point for each. The Fosbury flop, the Boston crab, and the pugilist specialist. 3 different sports. Name them for 1 point each. Question number 6 was, Uncle Drew is a 2018 movie that's based around which sport? So name that sport for 1 point. Number 7, which teams finished the 2020 Formula 1 season in first, second and third positions in the Constructors' Championship? So you don't have to put them in order, just name 3 teams that finished in the top 3 for the Constructors' Championship in Formula 1 last season. And number 8 was, what are the names of New York's 2 Major League Baseball sides? Again, 1 point for each. Any more, please do let me know. We'll give G-Force a bit of time to go through those. I'm just going to top up my water just over there. But let me know if you need any more repeats, any more comments, and I'll come to you in a moment. Yeah, you know me guys, it's always a very casual, laid back kind of show, this one. So, need to stay hydrated, doing a lot of talking, so need to make sure, keep my drinks up. So, that's it then. No more for any more have come through. So, here we go with the answers and everybody for the sports round. Question number 1, how many players take to the court in a single netball team? It is 7. Question 2, what does the abbreviation WTA stand for to the likes of Johanna Konta? It is... Oh yeah, I do, Owen, I know. Yeah. Don't get me started on this place. Question 2 was Women's Tennis Association for 3 points. Question 3, which Premier League football clubs are nicknamed the Saints, the Baggies and the Cottagers for 3 points? It is Southampton. They're the Saints, West Brom are the Baggies, and Fulham are the Cottagers. Question number 4 now. Question 4. Yes, Andy, 7. 7. Question number 4. Which country won the Women's Six Nations Tournament of 2020? That was England. England won it. Question 5. In which sports could you see the Fosbury Flop, the Boston Crab and the Pugilist Specialist? So the Fosbury Flop is in the high jump. The Boston Crab is a wrestling move. And the Pugilist Specialist was Lennox Lewis's nickname, so boxing is the answer for that one. All right, question number 6. Uncle Drew is a 2018 movie that's based around which sport? It is basketball. Question number 7 now. Which teams finished the 2020 Formula 1 season in first, second and third positions in the Constructors' Championship? That is Mercedes, Red Bull Honda and McLaren Renault for 3 points. The 2 names for question 8 of the New York's Major League Baseball sides are the New York Yankees and the Mets. M-E-T-S, the Mets. Question number 9 now. In which city could you watch cricket being played at Headingley? That is Leeds. Question 10. Put these athletes into the correct order with the most Olympic gold medals first. Now the 3 you had to choose from was Usain Bolt, Ian Thorpe and Carl Lewis. The correct order with the most gold medals first. Carl Lewis has got 9. Usain Bolt with 8. And then Ian Thorpe with 5. So you get 1 point for each in the correct order. Question 11. Kookaburra make equipment that's used in which 2 sports? It is cricket and hockey. Question 12. Which 3 male tennis players won the Grand Slam singles finals in 2020? It is Rafa Nadal, Novak Djokovic and Dominic Thiem. Thiem. I don't follow tennis, so I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce that. Oh, one of my devices has just gone offline. I hope my phone doesn't. Looks like Maddie isn't the only one with Wi-Fi problems at the moment. Hopefully things carry on. All right, the next one was... That's restored now, we're okay. The next one was question 13. Which darts player was crowned the PDC World Champion in January 2021? Gerwyn Price. Question 14. The 3 least successful Formula 1 teams of 2020 are Williams, Haas and Alfa Romeo. And finally, the 4 new sports for the Summer Olympic Games in Tokyo. Oh, I pronounced the team perfectly, don't worry. Thank you. I am impressed with myself. I'm allowed to be. I don't often get that right first time. Thank you. All right, so number 15. And the 4 sports making their debut at the Summer Olympic Games in Tokyo, when it eventually happens, will be climbing, surfing, skateboarding, and karate. Kind of makes sense that karate's there, doesn't it? If they're going to be in Japan. All right, so with that said, tally up your scores and let's see how well you did in that round, guys. Don't forget to put your team names in the comments. We'll give you a shout out as they come in. And then we're going to be moving on to the Our Survey Says round with that. So I need to make sure the sound effects are working as well. Because what's Family Fortunes without the sound effects? There we go. Okay. Diva's in with the scores there. 20 points. Oh, Jack's here as well. 16 for me and Lou. Hello again. Oh, hey guys. Long time no see. Team Bath, 21 points. 18 points for Lee. Well done. Donuts say score 24. Royal House of Black have got 27. Devices Uno, 18 points. 25 for Let's Get Quizzical. 20 points for Blackpool Bar Stewards. 21 again for Team Pointless. I see a trend appearing here. 22 points for Dave and Teresa. Well done. Tracy says just the 2 of us, Samson and Delilah, are delighted to have scored 16 in a sports round. Shut the front door. Well done. Nicholas says, looking forward to our Patreon round next. Absolutely. Answers for 13 and 14, please. You lost connection. Okay, right. 13 and 14 were Gerwin Price for 13, and 14 was Williams, Haas, and Alfa Romeo. There you go, Liz. With that said, let's go to the next one then. Half a dozen, a surprising 21 points. Very good. 14 points for Jan, twice better than in the previous round. Excellent. Onwards and upwards. Owen says, I heard that breakdancing is becoming a sport in some world competition. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Why not? 24 says, Gabby, definitely helped by the F1 and tennis questions. Yes, I thought you would appreciate the tennis questions there. Good score. Freddie's Ficko's 22 points. Oh, and Tracy put breakdancing as well. Sure, I saw Young Lad on TV talking about it. Yeah. I don't know if it's in the Olympics yet. I mean, it's not according to the questions we have here, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was at some point. Certainly becoming, or has become, a more popular thing to do, I guess. So lots of other kinds of dancing has been on Olympics, hasn't it? Like the Winter Olympics have always had ice skating and ice dancing, so why not? Okay, I think that's it for the scores. Shall we move on to the Retro Family Fortunes round? I think we shall. Remember to let me know in the comments if there's any more team scores I haven't read out or anything, let me know. Right, so the way these work, because we have done these before, just we don't do too many retro rounds before. With a Family Fortunes round like this, there are 15 questions, just like you will see on the TV show if you watch Family Fortunes before. Sometimes it's called Our Survey Says when you watch my shows, but I'm just straight out calling it Family Fortunes now. It is what it is. So 15 questions. I've got the top 5 answers for each question. And you need to work out what you think the top answer is. If you give me the top answer, you get yourself 5 points. Running down through the scores, 4, 3, 2, and 1 point for the least popular answer in the top 5. If you give me an answer and it's outside the top 5 or it's not there at all, then you get nothing for that question. Okay? So you just need to work out what the top answer is for each one. Now, the difference with this one and why it's called Retro, in case you missed the announcement at the start of the show or in previous quiz nights where we talked about this, this Patreon request was to do a retro version. In other words, all the questions are taken from a very old episode of Family Fortunes. And I've taken them from the early days of Les Dennis hosting. So that was in the late 80s when he took over. These ones in particular have been taken from Series 8, which was in 1988. Alright, so all the questions and the answers from the survey are all from 1987, 88 kind of timeline. So when you're trying to think of what the answers are now, you're not just trying to think what a survey of 100 people would say today, you're trying to think of what that survey answers would have been in 1988. Okay, so that's the twist on the round. And thank you, as another Patreon shout out again, thank you to Martin and Nicola for requesting this round. If you join Patreon at the right level, you can have a quiz round on the live shows, just like it's happening tonight, as indicated by the Patreon icon by the rounds at the top there. Remember, don't put them in the comments, write your answers down yourselves. G-Force got 24 points. Good work. Tracy says, I was Sweet 16 in 1988. Wow. Oh, Leicester are one up as well. Thanks for the update, Owen. James says, breaking will be Olympics 2024. We put this too. Okay, all right. Maybe that, I don't know why it wasn't on the list then. Is it making its debut then? Is that going to be the first time it's ever been in the Olympics? If it is, then you can have an extra point if you put breakdancing. And there'll be 5 points for that question. Apologies if that's a genuine mistake there. If it's never been in the Olympics before, if it has been in before and it's just making its comeback now, that's different. But if it's never been in before, then you can give yourself an extra point. Okay, here we go then with the Retro Family Fortunes round. Question number 1. Name something or someone kids pretend to be when playing. Name something or someone kids pretend to be when playing. That's question number 1. Oh, I see. It'll be at the next Olympics. Oh, thanks, James. Okay. Yeah, in the Tokyo Olympics. 2024 isn't... Yeah, that's not the Tokyo one. Okay, good. We're good. Right. That's good, though. Breakdance is going to be the next one. I'll watch a bit of that. That'll be quite fun. Okay. Question number 2, then. Question number 2 in the Family Fortunes Retro Round. A part of the body that people try to change. Name a part of the body that people try to change. All right, number 3. Question number 3. Name anything or any item that your taxes are spent on. Name any item that your taxes are spent on. On the show itself, they said any item that your rates are spent on. But looking at the answers, they essentially mean your taxes. So, I mean, I was 1988. I was 4. So, never heard them called that before. But taxes, same thing. For the purpose of these answers, anyway. Perhaps somebody who was a little bit older could explain why it was called rates at the time. I'm sure it was also taxes, but they just said rates. I don't know why. But name something that they were spent on in 1988. All right. Rates are different slightly. Okay. All right. Well, I'll tell you now. It was worded as rates. So to be, council tax, exactly. That's it, Chris. Thank you for clarifying that. I never heard them called that before. But yeah, I don't know how different the answers would be. But full disclosure, they did say rates. Yeah, Owen says rates equivalent to council tax. Okay. There we go. We're all on the same page now. Good. Thank you for that. I knew somebody would know. All right, so that was question number 3 then. Something that your council tax is spent on. Okay, number 4. Name somebody you notify when you move house. Name somebody you notify when you move house. Somebody you notify when you move house for number 4. Question number 5. Name an occupation that uses a ladder. Name an occupation that uses a ladder. An occupation that uses a ladder. What could be the top answer for that question? Question number 6 now. Question 6. Name something that comes out at night. Name something that comes out at night. Question number 7. Name something that a bad driver does. Name something that a bad driver does. Remember, this is a family-friendly show, so be careful with your answers, because these are taken from genuine surveys off of the show itself. I'm sure we could come up with a few others that perhaps aren't so. Okay, Owen says rates were the predecessor to poll tax. Maggie Thatcher quickly changed to council tax. Predecessor to poll tax. Yeah, that makes sense. Quickly changed to council tax. Okay, every day's a school day. We're all learning something here today. Okay, question number 8 then. in our retro family fortunes round, name something men would cut down on if they had to save money. This is so typical of the era. Name something men would cut down on if they had to save money. Oh man, I was ashamed when I heard the answers to this. I cannot wait to hear some reaction to the answers here. 1988. Name something men would cut down on if they had to save money. Okay. Yeah, interesting one. Number 9. Question number 9. Name somewhere boys and girls first kiss. Name somewhere boys and girls first kiss. It's another funny one. Name somewhere boys and girls first kiss for number 9. All right. Question 11. No, sorry, question number 10 now. Question 10. Name something you associate with the country Wales. Name something you associate with the country Wales. That's one that probably hasn't changed too much in fairness over the years. There's a few here that haven't, I imagine, but that one probably not much. Question 11 now. This is an interesting one. Name something a man could wear that would turn women off. I'm going to tell you now, there was actually, they said the top 8 answers on the show. Obviously I'm only counting the top 5, but the 6th most popular answer was very upsetting to me. I was distraught and also very glad at the same time. You'll find out why in a bit. Jan says Wales as the country or Wales as the animal. Yeah, I did say country. Yeah, name something you associate with the country Wales. Yes, definitely things you associate with the country Wales. Yeah, so 11 was again, name something that a man could wear that would turn women off. Question 12, name something you polish. Name something you would polish. Yes, you didn't hear the country, and that's fine, no problem. Always important to clarify these things if you're not sure, no problem. So yeah, question 12, name something that you polish. You would polish Poland. Polish Poland. It is spelt the same, isn't it? Yeah. Alison says, why can't I like this as it goes along like I used to? Am I watching in the wrong place? You might want to refresh. I don't think so. It might just be Facebook playing up. Sometimes it does that on devices. I went through a whole phase of these quizzes where I couldn't see your likes at all. Now it's a bit different, but it looks like lots of other people are fine. You might just want to refresh, come back into the video, give that a try. Okay. Your next question was, name a Walt Disney character. Name a Walt Disney character. Okay. Name a Walt Disney character for 13. Question 14. Name a surname that is also a colour. Name a surname that is also a colour. Thanks for asking about that though, Alison, because it meant a bunch of other people pressed the like button, which is great. I don't know how much of a difference it makes, but I know it does make a difference. So thank you, regardless. Okay, your next question, question 14 done question 14. Your last question then, we'll fly through these quite quickly. Name a politician that makes you laugh. Name a politician that makes you laugh. That is the last question from this round. And let me know if you need anything repeated before we go through the answers. Any more repeats, let me know. Obviously, there's 5 potential answers for each question, and they'll all score you points depending on which one you get. 5 points for the top answer, if you guess that correctly, and then going down 4, 3, 2, and 1 for the least popular answer. So I'll just give you a moment to get those in. Whilst I wait to see if there are any more repeats needed, in about half an hour, 24 minutes now, 9:30, your 4th round, Say What You See, is going to be posted, okay? So that's going to be posted as a picture, as a new post on the page. So just come back straight after it hits 9:30 because it's been scheduled to post automatically. And you can have a look at that. It's kind of like catchphrase sort of thing, hence why it's called Say What You See. And if you're familiar with previous picture rounds, they're all kind of like dingbats, if you know what that is. So you just have to work out the common phrase from the pictures that you see. And I'll put the answers in the comments later. What date was this survey in relation to the politician? The entire question, the entire round you just heard was all filmed in 1988. So the surveys would probably have been conducted in 1987 into 88. Okay? Yes, because for the politicians, it is important that you know that. So yeah, as I said at the start, they're all from a show that was 1988. Excuse me. So yeah, the survey was no earlier than 1987, according to their website that I found. Right. Shall we go through the answers then? I think we shall. So when I read these out, I will go through the answers from the least popular answer, scoring you 1 point, going up to the top answer, giving you 5 points. So, question number 1. Name something or someone kids pretend to be when playing. We have monsters for 1 point, Superman or Superwoman for 2 points, cowboys and Indians for 3, grown-ups for 4. The top answer is doctors and nurses. Doctors and nurses. I think if you ask that question now, one of them, at least one of the top 5, would be YouTubers or streamers in some description. Because every time I overhear my kids playing, guarantee at least, I don't know, 1 day in out of a week, they're pretending to be their favourite YouTubers. Especially when they're playing games, commentating on it themselves. As if they were streaming themselves. It's brilliant. Question 2, name a part of the body that people try to change. We have hair for 1 point, bust for 2. Of course, that was the word used, bust for 2. Waist or stomach for 3 points, face for 4. But the top answer was nose. Specifically the nose. Question 3, name any item that your council taxes or rates are spent on. We have water for 1 point, education for 2, the police for 3 points, collecting refuse for 4, But the top answer was roads or repairs for roads. Anything along those lines. Question number 4. Name somebody you notify when you move house. We have the bank. We have relatives or friends for 2 points. The gas board for 3. Electricity for 4. The top answer, though, is the post office. Question number 5 now. Name an occupation that uses a ladder. We have an aerial installer. Remember having one of them? An aerial installer. A roof tiler for 2 points. A fireman for 3. Yes, fireman for 3. Decorator for 4. And the top answer was a window cleaner. Question number 6. Name something that comes out at night. We have, for 1 point, false teeth. Then for 2 points we have bats, stars for 3 points, owl for 4. The top answer was the moon. Ariel is now a dish. Yes. I don't know, are you talking about TV, or you're now saying that somebody's taken the Little Mermaid into the kitchen and yeah, the Ariel is now a dish, but just how you spell it has made me laugh. Oh my goodness. All right. Yeah, it's now a satellite dish, isn't it? Or to be honest, for some, it's not even that, because it just comes through the phone line now, doesn't it? You know, if you're downloading and streaming stuff, you don't need the satellite dish. Okay. But the job that needs a ladder would be that, I guess. Okay, so question number 7. Name something that a bad driver does. We have jumps lights, overtakes on the inside for 2 points, speeding for 3, not indicating for 4, or no signals in general. And the top answer was crashes. A bad driver crashes. Of course he does. I don't know why I didn't think of that when I was watching it back last night. I don't know why. But obviously crashes. Okay. Question number 8. Name something men would cut down on if they had to save money. This is brilliant. Something that men would cut down on if they had to save money. 1 point, women. Gotta cut down on them women. 2 points, entertainment. 3 points, housekeeping. Yeah, got to cut down on that. 4 points, cigarettes. And the top answer was drinking. Got to cut down on drinking. Question number 9. Name somewhere boys and girls first kiss. We have a disco or school disco, a front doorstep, a party for 3 points, the cinema for 4. But the top answer was the school. At school. Question 10. Name something you associate with the country Wales. We have daffodils for 1 point, rugby for 2, singing for 3, dragon for 4, and the top answer was leeks. Oh dear. I'm talking too much today. Tickly throat. Name something that a man could wear that would turn women off. Oh, hold on. Yeah, Owen says bike sheds for the kissing one. I know, unfortunately, it's not there. I guessed that as well. And I watched the answers come up and I'm like, not there. Devises Uno. No rain. Oh, as in Wales is known for. No, again, not there. Sorry. So, name something a man could wear that could turn women off. So this got me really angry because the 6th most popular answer, which obviously we're not counting tonight, but on the show, was beards. Yeah, really disappointed when that came up. But the top 5 answers are as follows. The least popular answer for 1 point was long johns. Then we have, for 2 points, gaudy clothes. Gaudy, gaudy clothes. None of you put that. None of you. Scruffy clothes for 3 points. Scruffy clothes. I wear scruffy clothes every day. Pretty much. I say scruffy, jeans and a t-shirt, not that scruffy, but you know what I mean. 4 points if you put wig. Yeah, just shave your head, mate. No need for that. The top answer though is women's clothes. Something that a man could wear that would put women off or turn women off. Yeah, women's clothes is the top answer. Good to know. Question 12. Name something you polish. We have nails, polish your nails, a car for 2 points, silver for 3, brass for 4, and the top answer is furniture. Polish the furniture. Number 13. Name any Walt Disney character. For 1 point we have Goofy. Then we have Snow White. For 3 points it's Pluto. For 4 points it's Donald Duck. Top answer, however, is Mickey Mouse. Question 14. Name a surname that is also a colour. We have grey for 1 point, white for 2, black for 3 points. For 4 points it's green, but the top answer is brown. And finally, question 15. Maddie says, I love beards. Excellent. No, polishing your shoes is not there. It was outside the top 5, but it's not there. Yeah, not there, I'm afraid, guys. I know, right? Okay, and so this final one we have, for 1 point, a politician that makes you laugh, Edwina Curry. 2 points, Tony Benn. 3 points, Margaret Thatcher. 4 points, Neil Kinnock. And then the top answer was Dennis Healey. And no, Jan, polishing the floor. Not there either. Yeah, a lot of you put in shoes, I'm sure, but it wasn't there. So, there go the answers. If you need any of that repeated, so you can be sure which points you got for which questions, let me know in the comments. And let's see how well you did. Loads of points up for grabs there. So it'll be interesting to see how well you did. And if you put any other funny answers down that perhaps weren't there, again, let me know in the comments. Although, just know for any newbies watching, I tend not to swear on the show or say anything too dodgy. I like it to be a family-friendly show as best it can, even though it goes on quite late. They can be rewatched anytime. Okay, here's some scores coming in. Freddie Sficko's 55 points. Blackpool Butter Stew has got 57. Lee Pratley says 43 points. Jack and Lou have got 41 points. Nicholas says, let's get quizzical, have got 63 points. Thanks for that round. Well, thank you, Nicola and Martin, for being Patreons of mine. There's another shout out for you. So, yeah, you're more than welcome to it. Interesting to see what you want next month. Okay, the Donuts have got themselves 56 points. Steve has got 68 points. Wowzers, good score. Devise Zuno 34. Not great as I was 32 at the time. Okay, all right. James says 35. They're 14 pointless. So you got a bit more than 21 then on that one. Good. Owen says socks with sandals on question 11. That's what Chrissy and I were saying as well. Something a man could wear that would turn women off. Socks with sandals wasn't there. No, sorry. I'll play it for you anyway. There you go. Who else have we got here? 37 points for Jan. A lot of 0 points there, though. Oh, dear. Vernia says 52 points for half a dozen. 1987, 1988, obviously my prime years, says Diva. Yes, absolutely. 49 for Gabby. Not bad for someone born in the 90s. No, good score. I did say, in fairness, it's a good score, but I also said that some of them probably haven't changed too much. But that's a good score. Good going. Royal House of Black, 38 points. See, you beat them, and I think Royal House of Black maybe could have done a bit better there. Maybe. So well done. Tracy says, just the two of us. Samson and Delilah, 48 points. Amazed by some of the answers about men. Hard to believe the sexism such a short time ago. And do you know what was really disappointing was the fact that in that particular show, there was a team of men and a team of women. And when Les Dennis was talking to the women about the answers to that question, especially when they did about the women and housekeeping, and he was checking with them, who does the washing up, who does all the cleaning at your house then, and they're all like, oh, it was me. Oh, I know. And they're all just going along with it. I'm like, what are you doing? You're not helping. So, it's ridiculous. I don't know. Anyway, Sarah says, I was 5, Chris. All right, okay. Yeah, I didn't. All right, not all of you. Some of you, though. Okay. No sheep in Wales. No sheep as well. Doesn't count. No. Yeah, so much sexism for such a short time ago. Yeah, crazy. Dave and Teresa got 43 points. 57 because Maddie Cat Lady and I are oldsters. Well, see, sometimes it comes in handy, doesn't it? Okay, Sarah says, and a woman. I wasn't allowed to think or have an opinion back then. Yeah, this is true. Well, a girl, yes. Okay. Tracy says, I'd like to see Andy tell me how much housekeeping I can have. Yeah. I'm sure he also wants to know how he's supposed to cut back on the women, though, that you also need to cut back on if you're going by that question. I mean, I don't understand what on earth it could possibly be meaning then. Oh, it's cut back on all these women. Oh, dear Lord. Yeah, what a time to be alive, eh? Back in Black bombed there, Andy says. Only 11 out of the last 35 points. Oh, dear. I mean, you do historically do well in these rounds normally. We'll let you off. You know, I just like to wind you up every now and then. It's fine. It's only because I know you personally that I would have that kind of banter with you. I wouldn't necessarily do that with people I wouldn't know on the show. Okay. So, in about 8 minutes' time, check on the main Facebook page because the picture round's going to be posted, guys, and it is a great one. I really hope you like it. Do have a guess in the comments what you think the answers are if you want to. Share it with whoever you like. There's loads of picture rounds there if you wanted to have a look at any more. A lot of them are in a picture rounds album, and then there's previous posts every Tuesday and beyond I've posted as well. So there's lots to look at there, but the new one for this week will be posted automatically in 8 minutes' time. Oh, Owen says 2-0 Leicester. But yes, keep the comments coming in. Patreon quizzes next week, so it won't be on Facebook Live. If you want to be involved in the next one, you can always message me. And that means you get a quiz every single week. Otherwise, the last week of every month will be the Patreon-only quiz, not on Facebook. So do click the link in the description of the video. If you want to know more about that, go to the link that's behind that. That's called Patreon, and then you can see what it means to become one of my Patreon members. If you liked what happened tonight and you don't want to commit to anything monthly, you can also contribute on Buy Me a Coffee, which is like a little tipping service thing. Alternatively, the notebooks are available for £8. Get yourself a Big Quiz Night in notebook, free delivery to mainland UK. Oh, Owen, you're going to miss the Patreon quiz next week. Gutted. Okay. Thanks for letting me know. Everybody else that will be there, look out for posts about it soon. And I'm dropping hints now. If you are a follower of me on Lima, or if you like Little Quiz, you haven't got too much longer to wait until Season 5 of the Little Quiz starts up, which is something totally different that I do on the Lima platform. So yeah, top fans will be aware of that as well. Alright, with all that said, I hope you enjoyed it tonight, and thank you for all the nice comments. I will come back to them all once I've hung up this call, so to speak. Stay safe, everybody, as always, and I'll see you same time next time for more of the same fun. Cheers, good night.